It's a living hell. I am on my knees, sick and tired of me. Come and take away all of my mistakes.
Hey everybody, it's Jelly Horse Girl 101, and yeah, I'm still alive, in case you didn't know that. I haven't made a video in forever, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm hoping to get back into the swing of things this year. As part of my New Year resolution, I decided that I'm going to try to do a video once a month. I'm going to try, so that you don't think I'm dead. So, today's video is a Breyer barn tour, and it is decorated for Christmas, even though it's a couple weeks past Christmas. But you know, life happens. Let's get right into it, because there's a lot to see and do. So without further ado, this is Gallop On Stables. Alright, so we're going to start the tour back in here in the mare area. We have some Christmas decoration on the fence right here, and then we have a little gate that can be open and closed. It has a little latch on it and everything, so that's nifty. So if you come around from the entrance and you turn this way, you will see this barn right here, and as you can see, it's got some Christmas lights on it, a little Christmas tree, Christmas decoration. It's just so Christmassy. Yeah, we're gonna start over here. We have a Christmas poster and trophy and all that great stuff. I'm not gonna go into complete detail because I'm kind of not in the mood, but we have a little angel that changes colors. Ooh, ah, pretty. And then little Christmas flower, poinsettia, I think what it's called. And then we get to our first stall here. Well, I guess that technically was the first stall, but it doesn't have horses in it, so we don't care about it. So in here we have a mare and foal, and you can't really see them. There they are. The mare is Melody, and her colt is Prince. And then you can see a radio over there, and all that good stuff. There's some tack up in there. So yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go into detail because it's not changed much from the last time. This is Paige, and she is holding on to Willow with the halter and leader up there. The lights continue along the fence here, and on the fence we have a little kitty cat. His name is Stripes, and he's just watching Ashley put on Clover's leg gear. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there's a dog there. That's Rascal. He's cute. I'm in a very weird mood, so just ignore my weird comments. Anyways, that is a stall for sport. Sorry, forgot who was in there. And then here we have Dark Sunshine, or Sunny for short, and I just throw their halters and stuff on their doors. And then there's a little Christmas bow for decoration on this barn. I wasn't very creative in decorating this barn. Moving on this barn we have a little Christmas tree for decoration and some posters, and as I said, the lights continue around this barn and head off that way. The first gal in here, this is Rouge. So yeah, she's gorgeous. So yeah, after that barn we have this barn, and as I said, the lights continue around this barn and head off in that direction. So yeah, the lights just literally go all the way around this area. But first off, we have this gal here. This is Rouge, and she's a very pretty girl. Just got her blanket on. They all got their blankets on because it's January. And then you can see halter hook right there with her halter and lead rope. We have Christmas tree and Christmas posters for more decorative Christmassy stuff. And then this is Shadow, and she's also very pretty, even though she's only black with no shading really whatsoever. So she's kind of just plain, but still I love the mold. So that is them two. Okay, so right beside this barn we have this little area back here that leads to this gate, which leads to this little miniature pasture area, and I added a green felt thing to be grass so that, you know, they have something to eat. This is Emily, who is petting her horse Autumn, who is the mother of those two twins back there, Hope and Faith. you can get a better look. And there they are. They're gorgeous. So cute. Okay, so moving on, we come to this barn here, which has some more mares and foals. So we have stuff hanging up over there. We have a Christmas poster. Then we have a little stocking that I sewed, which actually you can actually put stuff in it if you really wanted to, but there's nothing inside that sock. And in here, I'm gonna turn the light. Ah! Sorry. Random scream. So yeah, this barn does have a light in the back. And inside this stall here, we have, oh shoot. I forget his name. He has a name. I just never remember what it is, but he does have one. I swear, he does. I'm not that lazy that I still haven't named him yet. He does have a name. And his mother is Delilah, and you can't really see her because you just see her butt, but there she is. So, yep, that's them too. Moving on down, we have a little poinsettia again, a Christmas tree, another Christmas tree up there, and the lights continue all the way around and end over here. So, yes. And then in the stall, this is Rose, who is one of my favorites in the barn. And then her foal is back in there. There she is. That's Luna. So yeah, very pretty. Mare and foal. Tack along the side. Another Christmas poster. Champion ribbon. Leads up to the hay loft slash sawdust loft. You can see there's sawdust in there. Pretty fancy, I know. I know, very fancy. Anyways, moving on. Oh, and before we leave this area, there is a little shed here that has cleaning supplies in it. Okay, so outside of the mare area, we have the feed room with a little Santa poster on it. And the door opens. Ta-da. You can just take a gander at the feed room. It's still a work in progress. I don't know why the mounting block is in here, but it's there. So you can just take a gander around. Like I said, it hasn't really changed much from the last barn tour, so that is why I'm only going briefly. And then here we have table and chairs, a little Christmas tree, and then a little Christmas wreath. Then over here is the door to the tack room, which has a Christmas poster on it, and there's a whiteboard over there, and a little fence. So opening up the tack room door, it doesn't like to stay open, so I usually use the chair to hold it open. So here is our tack room. It's still a work in progress as well. I have a lot of tack that I need to make. Like I said, I've been kind of not doing a whole lot of model horse stuff, so it's kind of empty at the moment, but I'll give you a look-see around. Okay, so right beside the tack room we have our first stallion, and he has a little Christmas tree in front of his door, and a snowflake, and a cat who is named Mr. Meow after my actual cat, because he kind of looks like that. So, yeah, we're not creative with our cat names, but he does respond to Mr. Meow. He'll actually meow back. It's kind of cute, but anyways, you don't care. So, first off, we have Rocky, who is in there. There's Rocky with his nifty little blanket on. And then there's Christmas decoration on the door with the piping. I forget what they're called. Pipes something. I forget what they're called. Anyways, no one cares. Moving on. Then there's a pile of halters there because everyone was using this cross-tie area. That's sports lead rope, and then there's a bucket with washing supplies, and then there's a cabinet with a bunch of brushes and stuff in it. And then back in the corner we have a muck bucket and shovel, then we have towels, and we have a hose, and we have a little snowman, and then that's the farm dog Oreo. And then And then we also have a Santa Claus right there. You can't really see him, it's kind of dark. And then this was hanging up like this, but the tape fell off, so it's just kind of there. But it was hanging across there at one point. But anyways, this is Sport, and he is being tacked up by, what's her name? Nikki. She's being tacked up by Nikki. So, he, not she. Oh my word, I'm sorry, Sport. I'm sorry. Anywho, moving on, we have this stall, which contains another horse. I don't know if you can see him. He's back in there. There he is. That is Isaac. And yep, he's very pretty. Pretty boy. All my horses are pretty. All horses are beautiful. And then back in there we have a pasture that is where Phantom lives, but he is out right now, so there's nobody in there. So not that exciting. Next up we have this beautiful boy. Oops, door is stuck. There we go. That is my beautiful boy, Phoenix, and he is one of my favorites because I absolutely adore draft horses. You've got to know that about me. I love the drafts. I own a draft horse, and she is my world. And moving on. So in case you haven't seen my popsicle stick stalls before, I do have a hook for hay nets and food and water, and then salt blocks in all of my stalls. And they all have sliding doors and name tags, and they all have stall guards on them as well, just in case you haven't seen one of my barn tours before. Alright, beside Phoenix, we have this other stall who has a horse in it, who I think is named Voyager. I think that's what his name is. I'd have to check my naming paper, but pretty sure his name's Voyager. So yeah, that is his stall, and he is out being ready right now, so that is why he's not in it. Next we have this stall, which has a little Christmas stock on it, and doesn't have a halter, because I have not made one yet. But inside we have this boy, who also has a name. I just don't remember what it is. I'll probably put it in words. I'll probably put all the horses' names in words as I say them. I did that the other barn tour, especially when I didn't remember their names. So his name should be located on the bottom of your screen. Okay, now for my most favorite part of the barn. It's the barn I recently made, which has 4 stalls and a beautiful aisleway, and it's just one of my favorite barns, really. I like it more than the actual Breyer barns that I bought. Anywho, so without further ado, I give you this beautiful barn right here, and if you want to know how to make it, I did do a how-to video on this exact barn. I did it on half of it, but it's a mirror image, so it's not that difficult. I'm gonna go and give you a look-see around the barn. This guy right here is Romeo, and so these barns have cross ties and a little horseshoe decoration. And that right there is Obsidian with his head hanging out. I'm on that tack box right there. There's latches that I'm trying to figure out how to put on the doors, so they don't have latches at the moment, but yeah. And then over here we have Bravo, and then we have Chance, and then that's Austin, who is just hanging out with Chance, I guess, and that dog is Spot. So yeah, that is this barn, and it's got little candy cane lights on it, which I thought were adorable. So yeah. So over here, across from the entire other side of the barn, we have these 3 stalls here, which contain some mare and foals. So in this first stall we have Electra and her colt Bullet, and they're wearing their halters and their lead ropes are hanging there. Then next we have Karma, and her cult is Titus. So that's them. And then next we have, and her cult, she's out being ridden, and then her cult's just in here, and his name is Dublin. That's it. Her name's Fancy, his name's Dublin. It just came to me. It was filed away in my brain and finally came to the front. We also have the truck and trailer over here, and then jump storage. I was not in the mood to set up any jumps, so that is why they're all over there. So usually for barn tours I set up a couple jumps, but wasn't in the mood this time, so they're all just over there. There's also some in the back of the truck too, some jumps. So yeah. In front of this truck we have Voyager, and he's got his nice tack on, looking all spiffy, and just sitting upon his back that I didn't actually position into a riding position because, as I said before, I'm a little lazy. So she just kind of plopped down on top of him. That is Lauren, and she is the owner of the stables. And then also in the arena we have this gal, and that is Elizabeth, and she is riding Fancy in a beautiful western pink attire. So yeah, that is them. Then finally over here we have Phantom, led by Kate, and my sticky tack is not working at the moment, so that's why the bits are kind of not sticking to the horse in the right areas, because my sticky tack is being stupid today. So that is why the bits are not in the proper place. But yeah, so because I couldn't find my good sticky tack, and you don't care about the story. So moving on to the overview. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this very random, very terrible barn tour. And like I said, I'm hopefully going to get a video out once a month, so you can look forward to that. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye!